I'm Ty's Grandma Boudreaux. You're watching 30 Miles Out.
30 miles out. Oh, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I can see clear level 30 miles out.
With your host, Ty Sutherland.
This episode of 30 Miles Out is brought to you by Livingston Lures, designed to call the fish to you. Hey, welcome back to 30 Miles Out. We're in South Louisiana, headed to home of my hometown to sightcast in the marsh. We decided to stop in Lafayette at Pack and Paddle and do some drooling over the yaks. No. In Lafayette, we're going to head south on 90, down through Broussard and New Iberia, and down into Morgan City, and then into home. You know when you're passing through Louisiana, you gotta eat. And that goes for nectar cream snowballs topped with condensed milk. Shrimp in the body. Southeast Louisiana is subtropic in nature. But it's October, a cold front's coming in, the wind's picking up, and it's in the 50s. It's kind of looking nasty, and it's making the fishing tough. Fish off that wharf when I was a kid, non-stop. When we got to the boat dock in Pointe-à-Cher, the wind was just ripping, the current was ripping. We decided it was too rough to put the axe in. We caught some nice shrimp in the cast in off the bank.
You see more popiers down there.
This weather went from bad to worse.
Look at that. Fished off the bank for a little while, resulted in one hard hit. We did cast net some nice shrimp and shad.
Time to go talk to my cousin Brian and make a new plan.
¿Cómo se va de bro?
To most people in Houma, Louisiana, Brian Butcher is the owner of Tri-Parish Police Supply. But to me, he's my cousin, and he's been teaching me about fishing ever since I could walk. Here, he's showing me where to go in Dulac for this episode.
Tier's Marina, Dulac, Louisiana. Packing, loading up, getting ready to head out. No gravel, just oyster shell. The old Element working like an RV. At the boat launch, getting ready to launch these things, get out in this marsh, see what we can do. This front pass through, muddy things up. We're going to do the best we can. Chunk some lures, see what happens.
With this front coming in, we're dealing with cold, we're dealing with wind, we're dealing with raging current. And we're not going to stop until we find some fish.
Catching more food and make po' boys.
There's another popier. They just drop those butterfly nets in the current. Picks up shrimp, they lift them up, and they sort them in that sorting box right there. They even stay overnight in a little cabin and work all night.
Ty just lost a big red over there on the other side of the marsh, little channel right here.
The red's right up against that marsh grass. That Livingston Pro Sizzle Jr. just walking it. Just had a nice blow up on my top water here. A Pro Sizzle Jr. I think it was a spec. H2O Express stuff. I love this stuff. It comes from Academy. These rods are in the $50 price mark. This is the new Suffix Pro Orange.
I've had a ton of success in the past with the Pro Sizzle Jr. and the DM14 in the Livingston Lure lineup, so I knew I was going to that first. The barometric pressure must have had these fish drunk because they kept smashing my Pro Sizzle, but they missed it every time.
We are blowing out some huge redfish right here in this cut.
That 1 to 2 foot water depth disappeared. Now we're at 4 to 6 inches and grass everywhere. They're spraying mud, but there's reds. We're gonna have to go weedless now.
Oh, I just blew them out. You don't want to throw on top of them. Shrimp don't attack them, they attack shrimp. So anything that's coming at them like that spooks them. They have to discover it as they're cruising. Got a pod of them coming.
Look at that red's back sticking out.
Did y'all see that? It's coming right at me. Saw me. Oh.
Fish on, baby.
As you can see, we're just dealing with a few inches of water, a bunch of grass, and a bunch of mud. But they love it, and they're in there.
Good job, man. Good job. And good job.
He spit that hook, but I don't think Jesse ever got a good hook set. And that was a nice red.
You gotta pump them 2 or 3 times, dude.
And that's how you don't catch a redfish, guys.
Tips with Ty, brought to you by the Fish Grip.
I'm here with David Anderson and Steve Smith from Bayou Coast Kayaking. A little bit about some of the tournaments they've got coming up on the Louisiana coast.
It's called Falling Tide. It's artificial only, but you can fish all the way to Venice, Louisiana. Of course, kayaks only. October the 19th, Friday night at 7 o'clock is our captain's meeting. And in the spring, it's called Paddlepalooza. It's held in Leeville, Louisiana, out of Bobby Lynn's Marina down there. And that's usually around the last week of March.
To get any more information, you can go to bckfc.org.
That was Tips with Ty, brought to you by the Fish Grip.
And make sure you check out those events with Bayou Coast Kayak Fishing Club. But for now, let's get back to the action in Dulac, Louisiana. Look at this red coming right at us. He's coming at me like a snake, sliding right across the mud, right at me.
Got him.
What?
Got him. Oh. Yeah.
That fish was sliding across the mud like a snake and wham!
Got a nice one, bro. Man, how awesome was that, folks? How awesome was that? Throwing up mud. Whoa, he's in the boat. He's in the boat. Ah.
Took me a while, but I finally got the marsh red wore down.
Yeah, man. That's a fish. That's a fish. Louisiana marsh redfish. We've been throwing topwater. We've been getting good blowups all morning, but the tide went out. They started blowing up in like maybe 4 inches of water, and we couldn't do topwater anymore. We were throwing the Pro Sizzle Junior. Then we had to resort to soft plastics with no weight, and throwing the H2O Extreme Academy brand with the Akuma reel. There you go, buddy. That's what Louisiana marsh redfish.
Normally in Dulac, we sink the boat with reds. But considering the weather and all, it was still a great, fun trip. Well, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. And until next time, I'm Ty, and you've been watching 30 Miles Out. This episode of 30 Miles Out was brought to you by Livingston Lures, designed to call the fish to you. Use code word 30 Miles Out and get 10% off your entire purchase at kayakfishinggear.com. The new 30 Mile Out gear is in. Buffs, shirts, and stickers. Get yours at 30milesout.com.
And Ty came crying. Nobody wants to play with me. Let's go back outside. Let's go see what's wrong. When I went to his little swimming pool, there were little poops floating all over in the water. That's why his little friends left. He had pooped in the water.
That's a lie.